Hey everyone, I'm Everyday Buddyfighter, and well, I'm just trying out some games with the new Jacknife cards, the J Starblade and the Golden Dragoner Jacknife. What can I really say? But new cards, they're good. Those are really good cards. Here I'm playing against Plague, so I'm like, okay, I really want to get Overturn Jacknife out, so I can either overturn Yusinius, or I can overturn the Great Pandemic spell, but of course there are spell nulls in the deck, so it doesn't matter. Honestly, I could just wait until that item card shows up. It's not very hard. I could just wait for overturn. But back on the Golden Dragoner Jacknife, Golden Dragoner gives you a lot of cards for free. Honestly, it pays for itself relatively quickly. You call on top of a monster, then you pay a gauge, and that's really it. Actually, you give up to 2 souls, and then you can destroy that many cards on your opponent's field, and then you gain gauge equal to that amount, and you gain that much life. So it pays for itself, honestly. And you know, since you're already stockpiling so many souls, a card that would be great for this would be Dragon Force, Style of Justice. It's a relatively common card you see in any Jacknife deck, since they do stack a lot of Dragon Arms in the soul. So you equip it, and then since Jacknife's skill is actually a counter during your turn only, of course, because if you could activate during your opponent's turn, it would be busted as hell, but okay. Frankly. So what you could do against like problematic monsters like Soul Guard or abilities that said they can't be destroyed. So obviously you go into the beginning of your attack phase, and then Style of Justice will, you know, prevent your opponent's monsters from doing anything. All their abilities are nulled, yada yada yada. And then you activate Golden Dragoner Jacknife skill, digits up to 2 souls, kill cards, get gauge and life back. So you already paid for Dragon Force, and pretty much you can just walk all over your opponent because Jacknife already has inherent move and double attack. So with that, you're pretty much set. In this game, I'm just kind of baiting out, waiting for overturn before I go into Golden Dragoner Jacknife. Here he goes for Chaos Yusinius after I already overturned his regular Yusinius call, so he's low on gauge, low on cards in his hand. So at this point, he's hoping that his overkill for this one will help him get the card that he needs back. Obviously, he goes for Pandemic. Honestly, he could have already Pandemic if his cards didn't keep failing. Like, he kept milling monsters with his I forgot what that called. That one, I forgot what it's called, honestly. But you know, it's not going so great for him, honestly. Jacknife is pretty defensive, honestly. Like this, I'm just going to start Jackdocking for just a card in the soul, and then he's going to attack again. I can just Jupiter Barrier for get rid of a soul, and then get stuff back for free, basically. So really, there's spell null, Dragon Arm. So here I'm going to just, since I already overturned, I no longer need to overturn Jacknife. Call Star Dragoner Jacknife. J Starblade just lets me do whatever I want. My opponent quits at this point because the card is disgusting. But at this point, I'm just showing off what I would do. See Dragoner skill, and then pop 2 cards. If his cards have less soul, yada yada yada. At this point, see J Starblade gets me back the cards back, and honestly, that's disgusting. So, J Starblade's ability is that you can pay gauge, and then you can put a card in your drop, which is going to be most likely a Dragon Arms, and then the random top card of your deck goes into Jack's Soul. So basically, you can already use 2 cards and use 2 cards from Golden Jacknife Soul, and then just get 2 cards back. See, the effect is free, basically. So here I'm playing against Astrodragons. Astrodragons honestly are not very strong from what I've seen. Honestly, like, I really don't get what they do. So at this point, I'm just doing regular Jacknife shenanigans. I do make a misplay here during the attack phase. He plays the Draco Energy clone, and I'm just like, oh no, your monster's destroyed. Then I realized, wait, he would have 4,000 defense, which means Dimension Z still kills it, so counterattack wouldn't apply. But what can you do? This is a misplay, that's fair. But in this instance, it actually is correct because Jack only has 2,000 defense attack, so it wouldn't work. But Diversion does kill it, so I don't have to worry about that card anymore. It's pretty much, I luckily do have Into the Future. Into the Future is a great card, just in general for Jacknife decks. they're more than happy to get rid of a soul to rest a card and draw a free card. So I don't really like Edict Declare Fortune, honestly. It feels like Star Believer, but like a really bad version of the card. But here Galaxy F does thankfully go off, which is one thing I don't particularly like about Astrodragons versus other Star Dragon World decks, because like it requires a lot more work. Because like at least in Athora decks, for certain types, I can just sit on Athora and just wait on it. But in this instance, he is going to attack my monster, and I am going to rest his Sword Pit. I don't need to get another item, honestly. I forgot to add Dragon Force. So I'm going to do my usual shenanigans. Since I don't have Overturn Jack, the only logical thing I can do is to call Golden Jack, because Golden Jack will just pop his cards and the Galaxy F can't apply. If I destroy his items, it's great because he has no gauge left. There is no direct item searcher in the deck, so it'll be hard for him to set up Galaxy F. So here I go. They're using a skill to pop the item and his Astrologia, which has Soul Guard, which is a bummer. But that, you know, if I had searched Dragon Force, I wouldn't have this problem because I have tons of gauge. That's the thing. Like, this makes the deck's gauge consistency way better, because I mean, Jack is already low on gauge cost anyway, so you already Jack, like you save a lot of gauge anyway. So one thing I do like though about Astrodragons is they do have their own loud voice-ish, so I'm only allowed to attack the left monster because obviously everything else is too much defense. Force end. But you can see at this point, like, just killing his item pretty much sets the entire deck back. Can't really do much. Of course, he does have another item card, but he doesn't seem to have a monster in his hand, so he can only really destroy my Dimension Z, since Jack does have move. So, this always happens. I always draw into cards I don't need anymore, because so obviously I want to use Jack's skill again to pop his card. Dimension Z, Diversion would have activated if he had protected his card. So here, just gonna get it back anyway. So literally, this is gross. Honestly, Golden Jack is good. Not really much to debate about it. It's a good card. J-Star Saber is also a good card. It's honestly, I think I prefer it over J-Star Ring. J-Star Ring does give gauge, but at the same time, I'm not really using gauge that often. Even the Imp, I don't know. I think people switched out for Shining Punisher for Genestic Battle Razor, since it's actually no gauge cost if you use Overturn it. You're obviously going to use Overturn Jacknife. It's a really good card. So at this point, he does set up the formation, which does let him at least use his item skill, but it's whatever, you know. Easily just stopped right there, and that's it. At that point, it's GG. Not really much to do. I'd have the spell. I finally draw into the spell, but the spell doesn't matter. My opponent already declared defeat. This is actually one of my favorite games. It's against it's called Deity Dragon Drives. So I do my usual shenanigans with Jacknife SD. Wish I had drawn into Dimension E first, but I do luckily get to Overturn Jacknife. I make a misplay here. I mean, it's not. It's difficult to say, honestly, if it was a misplay. I would treat it as a misplay, honestly. Or just lack of strategy. I didn't think things ahead, honestly. It was on me. So, I'm pretty much waiting for him to call Gargantua Dragon, since it's his buddy, and at least it will cost some gauge cost, and it has Soul Guard, so I do want to kill it first. But, so I'm kind of waiting for it to happen. I know that card gives him a free draw. I want to negate. I should have just used Jupiter Barrier, honestly. I don't know why I didn't. Because so Jacknife FD dies, and he gets his free draw, which I really should have prevented. But, so I do equip J-Star Ring, and just, at this point I'm just trying to stockpile Jack Souls. So I do attack, and then just put cards in Soul so I can use for Overturn and anything else I might need. Not really much else to say. So he is kind of hoping I would spell no. His shields, I mean, really, all things considered, I could have, but I really don't want to, honestly. I really should have just nulled it, because at the later point he just basically forces me to do something. So he adds back Gargantua Dragon. This is the card I want to overturn. But then he calls a different Gargantua Dragon, and I'm just like, wait a minute, what? So I'm like, okay, I have to take these attacks, because if Garga attacks, then it's a whole mess. But I could have just immediately into the future tier, but I chose not to for some reason. So I do the whole Jupiter Berry, I keep protecting myself, and then he G-Evos into the same card, and he attacks me again. I negate the attack, luckily. And then G-Evo again into regular Gargantua Dragon. I was like, holy crap! Can you like, oh my god, like, and of course you can't overturn G-Evo since it's the card's effect. It's calling by effect, so I can't nullify it with overturn. So at this point I'm just like, this is a problem, but luckily, like, I'm just thinking like, okay, fine, I'll just focus on hamming down Gargantua Dragon and it'll be fine. But of course he knows my attacks and he's getting significant lead on me. So yeah, see, he had 3 of those and he gained 9 life. Like, it is a pretty big lead right now, and of course because he has a Gargantua Dragon with souls, it's a little hard to kill him. I do know his spell. Honestly, really would have done the same thing, but I guess didn't want to give him the satisfaction. I don't know. It was weird. I do know his card's attack, luckily, and it gets the spell shield null back. So then he starts just hamming Jack with his double attack, and then he ends his turn. Luckily, he did not have GE though, otherwise I would have just straight up lost right there. So I start stockpiling souls back. I just start hammering Gargantua Dragon, since I know he really shouldn't have any spell shields left in his hand. But so I'm just gonna keep on trying to hit him with this thing. So yeah, luckily he doesn't know my attack, so Jack's skill will pop Gargantua Dragon, which is a pretty good thing. I like him with the card too. But honestly, I should have just went into Golden Jack at this point. I don't know why I didn't. A Golden Jacknife would have won me the game much quicker, and I would have popped his item too, which would have been really helpful. But I guess I just really wanted to overturn. I don't know what I was thinking. Overturn does not stop G-Evo, and as soon as Gargantua Dragon was on the field, I should just went straight into Golden Jack. That's on me. So I forgot how diversion works, and because I moved to the center, I can't use diversion skill, so he does G-Evo this turn, and I'm just so thankful that Blast Mode does not have Penetrate. Oof. And I'm just so thankful that it doesn't have Penetrate, because I lived through the turn, and it didn't have an impact. Oof, thank God. So at this point now, I'm like, okay, fine, now I'll call. I'll do the right thing this time, and actually call Golden Jacknife. So I'm going to call it over Galaxy Dragon or Jacknife. I'm not going to use Galaxy Wing, obviously, because I need Golden Jack skill now. So I paid a gauge by accident, even though Dimension Z reduces the call cost, so I don't know why I did, but it doesn't really matter. Oh, I do. There, I paid skill and paid to pop his item, but then because I do use the version this time properly, Gargantua Dragon is dead forever this time. And I do finally just ham him, attack him, just keep hitting him. He seems to have run out of spell shield, so which is great. Gonna keep hitting it. I don't know why I hit Garcat, but whatever. Golden Dragon has double attack on its own, so I get the clear final phase. Even if I didn't use overturn, I'm just going to go straight into Genestic Battle Razor, because I can give a double attack and it will have 4 crits, so that will be 8 damage, allowing me to win the game. My final thoughts on the card is that obviously if I had played Golden Jack sooner, I would have won. I would have won immediately. So, probably should have thought that through better. Overall, they're very good cards. The Jacknife deck is so strong, so I definitely recommend playing the cards. If they add more cards in the future, I'd be more than happy to play them. Let me know if you want to see more of this sooner, and let me know. I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.